Hello, I am Avila Molina, a 20-year-old Mexican student of Mechatronics Engineering at Tecnológico de Monterrey, and I would like to share in this video some of the characteristics that, in my opinion, mainly form my identity. Start with my family nucleus. My parents are from different cultures because, although they both are Mexican, they were raised according to certain criteria and different family models, in addition to the attachment they have to their places of origin. The most important fact about this is that on my mother's side, they all come from Mexico City, besides the fact that generations above her family are all of foreign origin, especially Spanish, Italian, and Jewish. So she has certain customs or affinities with them, such as being very Catholic, the time of meals and dinners, which is between 2 and 3 in the afternoon, and then between 8 and 9 at night respectively. The gastronomy, especially dishes from central Mexico such as flautas, enchiladas de mole, tlacoyos, chilaquiles, quesadillas, and soups, as well as other inherited from her ancestors such as pastas, creams, and the accompaniment of or tasting of strong cheeses and serrano ham. And a strong personality, such as speaking at a high volume and being too affectionate or expressive. While on the other hand, on my father's side, who was born in Chihuahua by accident, all also have a predominantly Spanish origin, with the difference of being from some towns in the south and center of the state of Yucatan, which is in the southeast of the country, which also has certain customs of indigenous or Mayan origin, such as their gastronomy exemplified by the common cooking or of regional foods such as cochinita pibil, sic de venado, and mugbi pollo. And speaking of this pre-Hispanic language, since I spent most of my childhood and adolescence practically and only with my mother's family due to her divorce and other problems arising from this, is that I consider myself a person who has a greater sympathy for the traditions and customs originating in the center, to the extent that despite living during all that time in Merida, which is the capital of Yucatan, I never had a visible influence of that context in my personality or way of speaking. So, which many of my friends who were also born in that city treated me to a certain extent as an outsider for not sharing with them the accent, local traditions, and education. On the other hand, and as a result of the separation of my parents when I was a child, my mother and life itself forced me as a person whose main goal was to be successful on his own and be independent or self sufficient, but with a vision of always pursuing excellence in everything I did, especially in academics, since I was instilled to impose above all common sense, my values and beliefs, and strengthen my maturity due to my complicated situation in which I did not have a father figure. Because of this, and through the years, I became more serious and analytical, reaching the level of being a perfectionist, which caused me some problems with other classmates in elementary and high school for imposing my ideas over theirs because I saw them as inferior or mediocre. Besides not being interested in having some kind of love relationship with a girl in adolescence and leaving it as something that I would have when I fulfill my goal of self-sufficiency in adulthood. However, and with some personal and spiritual reflection with God's help, I was able to refine some details of my personality to refocus my attitudes and skills to be a less intransigent and make those defects something that would make me a leader, being an aptitude with which I was recognized on different occasions as in knowledge contests, robotics, taking the position of a student president during high school, or being elected to give some speeches on behalf of schools, work teams, and in public speaking exhibitions. Finally, on a professional level, it was my passion or fascination for automobiles since I was a child that I never had any doubt about what I wanted to study or pursue growing up. Although my father and grandfather were renowned doctors with a great trajectory in medicine, it was my taste for mathematics, computing, and engineering that my parents pushed me to pursue what I wanted. enrolling me in courses related to it, such as some competitions or robotic academies. In conclusion, I can say that it is all of this that, for the most part, defines me and have led me to be the person I am now, as well as the person I hope to be in the future as an engineer who has a great affection for his Mexican culture, but always in search of aspiring to more things, such as having a better quality of life and putting into practice my leadership skills in what I'm passionate about and that can have an important positive impact on society. Thank you very much.